Glad to have you guys back on the channel. Welcome back to another video. We're looking at iPhone 14 Plus today. Quick unboxing. Really quickly, while I do this unboxing here for you guys, I just want to point something out that I've been kind of, it's been in the top of my head and I wanted to get out. I think I'm going to start making videos a little bit differently. In some way. This video is going to be particularly different. You guys are going to see it's not my typical type of video. This is the iPhone 14 Plus. Actually, quickly before I get into the point I want to make here, a simple unboxing as usual. You have your stickers, SIM card tray, and the cable inside. Very simple, usually standard stuff with the new iPhones. Obviously, you don't get a brick anymore and no more headphones, as Apple has decided to eliminate that from the box. Yeah, 14 Plus. It's a nice bigger display. As you can see, this is the lilac color. It's kind of a very light violet. I'm not entirely sure how you would describe it. I think it's pretty nice. I like the color. I find it really sick. And as we pair it up here, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna be changing up the videos a little bit on my channel. I want to try something else. I want to try something different. I've been kind of in this creative process where I've been in this creative block in some way, where I've been really feeling a little bit out of my creativity, and I've been wanting to just make some videos that are different a little bit and just kind of stand out for me. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Obviously the editing and the whole assembly is very simple. There's pretty much nothing except for me then that's talking about the phone. So let's jump right into it and let me know what you guys think. iPhone 14 Plus. I've had it for a week. Here's what I think. Alright, so before we jump into anything, let's address the elephant in the room, and let's be honest and say that it doesn't come as a surprise that the shape of this phone is no different than the last iPhone, which was the 13. I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of people were like, you know what, Apple has just rebranded their phone. They've done the same thing. It's practically just a copy and paste. I know it doesn't come as a surprise. Even me, I was a little shocked when I saw the release of this phone. They look the exact same as the 13, and it doesn't go without saying that Apple has brought some new things and maybe they've changed some things, but for the most part, guys, it does remain almost the same thing. And I think this is where the controversy comes from. I think this is where a lot of people are like, well, why do I even bother spending all of that money for something that is just the same as last year? And I get it. Why would you spend some money on a product that you could easily just take the one from last year, which has equal performance or close to and performs very well, and you'd probably wonder like, okay, so what am I getting with this iPhone? Why should I buy it? Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this iPhone, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this video, because I really do think that is kind of disloyal to you guys in some way. Because at the end of the day, this is a product like every other product, and I don't think that me sugarcoating this is going to help the channel, me, you guys, in any shape or form. Plus, most of you guys who are watching this video, you're probably actually wondering, what consists of this iPhone? Like, what are you going to get with this thing? And I'm gonna give you guys pretty much what I think, so pretty much my honest opinions. Now, obviously, we can get into the specifics and the nit and grits of the details of the iPhone. So sure, it has very good cameras. Sure, it comes with 4K footage. Sure, it comes with all of that good stuff. But at the end of the day, this is something that we're kind of already used to. We've had 4K footage since the iPhone XS, and you were able to record 4K footage with that phone. You're able to record 4K footage with every phone ever since. Now the question really is, do you need all of this stuff? I really don't think you need it. Specifically, a lot of people are being very critical of the 14 Pro model. So whether that was the 13 Pro or the 14 Pro, they're really very critical about the performance of the cameras. Now, it's very important for you to understand it's a phone. This is something you fit in your pocket. If you look at the size of this thing, it is very small, super compact, which then only implies a couple of things. You could never compare this to a DSLR camera, or you can never compare this to like an actual cinematography camera, because it's not the same thing, and it will never be the same thing. It's also the whole point of it. Now, sure, we have features like cinematic mode, and now we have like autofocus and all that stuff on these phones, which is great, but at the end of the day, this will never replace an actual camera. It can come close to it, and it can give you something very awesome. Now, to prove a point, guys, I'm shooting this video on an iPhone 13 Pro. Sure, I'm using cinematic mode, and sure, I've color graded the video, but for the most part, I'm shooting on an iPhone, and it looks great. I'm shooting in 4K right now, and there you go. That's pretty much it. These phones are very capable of giving performance that a lot of other products just don't live up to. So if you're gonna ask me, is the camera good, or is it worth the upgrade? naturally I'm gonna say it depends where you're coming from. If you have an iPhone 7, then naturally this is a generation that you should definitely look into. I know I've been a little bit on kind of like a pessimistic side, and I've been very, very honest about the iPhone 14 Plus. I will say there's a couple things I really do enjoy about this phone. So first of all, it goes without saying that the Plus holds its name, so it's a bigger phone. It has the 6.7-inch display, which is really nice. And I've never been a fan of the Maxes or the Pluses, and I always really like this the standard version. My iPhone actually is a 6.1 inch, and guys, for the most part, I gotta admit, like, the bigger phone is nice. So I kind of got used to it, and I was using it for a little while. As I'm opening it up here, I've been using it for a little while, and I gotta say the bigger screen is nice. If you want me to be honest with you guys, I think there's something that is so unfortunate that we don't have this year. And I recently actually, the Google Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro are just came out, or they're about to drop, as depending when you're watching this video. There was one thing that I noticed over at the Google team that they did really, really well, and I thought that was amazing. And it just kind of sucks that we don't have it with Apple yet. You know, they gave us the Pixel 7 Pro, which has an up to 120 hertz display and has the most spec'd out list and everything. And then you're looking at the Pixel 7, and it's a little bit of a downgrade, but you're looking at a 90 hertz refresh rate display. You're looking at some specs that are a little less performant than the 7 Pro. And I find personally that Google Pixel has done a really good job in separating their two phones, where you're not really giving everything to one model, and then the other model is kind of just like, you know what, we'll just give it to you, or just throw it out there, put it the same as last year, and just give it a different color. I mean, so on the topic of being brutally honest about the phone, there's some things I do like. So as I mentioned earlier, I do like the bigger display. I think it's really, really nice. Also, one thing that I have noticed with the bigger phones, it goes without saying that it has a bigger battery. And I will admit, guys, the battery on the 14 Plus is very, very nice. It's performant. Like, I think I may have charged it maybe 2 to 3 times. No, actually, I think I may have charged the phone 2 to 3 times in the last couple of days. Actually, in the past week, because I've had it for a week now. And I didn't necessarily need to charge it that much. And I gotta say, the bigger battery is really nice. So for a lot of people, if you're gonna use this phone on a day-to-day basis, or if you're a heavy user, I know there's a lot of you guys out there who use your phone like probably way too much, but as besides the point, that's a topic for another video. For the most part, the battery does really, really well. Now, also the battery in the 13 Pro, 14 Pro, I've had both on the channel. They're really good, and I think in the Maxes it's a little bit better, obviously, since it's a bigger phone, so you can fit a bigger battery inside. I really do think that for the 14 Plus, this is one of the main selling points, the fact that the battery is performant and it's bigger. So naturally, you're going to be looking at a bigger display and a bigger battery, and I think that might be the two main components of this phone that are really, they just kind of stand out and would potentially make you lean towards buying the phone. Now, here's the thing, kind of a final verdict on the 14 Plus. Do I think you need this phone? Depends. I really can't say what you need or what you don't. What I can say is I can vouch for the fact that it's a decent phone. It obviously has some great new features. It has autofocus on front-facing camera. It has 4K footage. It has 4K cinematic mode. It has a couple of improvements. Also internally, you're looking at a A15 Bionic chip with one more core of CPU, which again, see, as I say that out loud, I mean, come on, like they put the A15 chip from the 13 Pro into the 14 Plus and the 14. I don't know. I gotta say it's kind of mid on their behalf, but listen, I'm not one to judge. I'm only here and I'm only the voice behind the camera. So you guys tell me what you think of the 14 Plus. I think it's a decent phone. Nevertheless, it doesn't blow anything out of the water. It's not something that's gonna change your life. Although I will say though that I really enjoyed the past week being on the bigger display. So I've been watching videos and I've been on Pinterest and just kind of gathering information here and there, inspiration for the content and the channel. And I gotta say the bigger display is nice, but you don't really need it. And if you already have, say, like an iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 13 Pro, 13, then guys, this is definitely not worth the upgrade. I think this is really just for a specific audience. So for example, if you're coming from, I don't know, maybe say the iPhone 10, iPhone 11, then you find some nice improvements here, and this would be something that you might be able to look into. Now, if you want a bigger display on your phone, this is probably the time for you to buy an iPhone, because we had the 13 mini and the 12 mini in the past generations, and those were not much of a success. They were kind of a flop. And naturally, again, once more due to the batteries. It's kind of funny when you think about it. It always comes down to like the same little things, right? They can upgrade the cameras all they want. They can give you like all these performance upgrades, right? But at the end of the day, like if your phone doesn't have enough battery and it just dies too quick, then you're kind of losing. You're at a loss still, because if you have no battery, you can't really use the phone. You're always stuck to like pretty much a plug in the wall. You got to charge it. You got to juice it up every now and then. So yeah, for the most part, the battery on the 14 Plus is good. Now, naturally, once more, I've had it for a little bit of time, not that much. And I think that pretty much about wraps it up on the 14 Plus. Great phone. Would I recommend it to somebody? Probably. Depends what you really want. Do you want bigger battery, bigger screen? Now, naturally, I would recommend it if you want that. You let me know in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of the 14 Plus. A little bit of a different video here. I was really honest, and I've been, pretty much just giving my raw opinion on the 14. Let me know if you guys prefer these more one-on-one authentic videos more than the kind of like professional setup. I guess I'll see you guys on my next video, or maybe next time I actually upload something. I'm quite busy at the moment. I have a lot of stuff to do with school and all of that, but I made a little bit of time today for you guys. I wanted to catch up with you and talk about the 14 Plus. Let me know what you think of the 14 Plus. Comment section down below. Let's see if we can get a little chat started there. And yeah, as always, guys, I wish you the best of luck in everything you do. And until next time, deuces. I gotta be honest, I kind of like these videos. It's nice. I gotta be honest, it's really nice to be up front with the camera. It feels like I'm really talking to somebody and not necessarily just like behind, just a stupid light or sitting at a table. I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of like the setup. It's a lot more natural for me than sitting down at the table and just being like, hey, you know what, I have a new product here. So let me know what you guys think. I really prefer this setup overall. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And until next time, we'll catch up soon. Whenever I have some more time, we'll make some more videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Got a lot of good stuff on the way as well. We got Pixel 7, Pixel 7 Pro. And there's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on. There's a lot of videos I want to make, but time is falling out of my hands, man. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon.